Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live on this Thursday afternoon. Beautiful day here in Westchester County, New York. It is it's 69, breezy and sunny here. A lot different from yesterday. It was a little bit more warmer yesterday, I'd say. But welcome to the 3 p.m. afternoon show. Apologize for being late. It was funny because, well, let me tell you, this is the May 1st, 2025, All 78 show. Can't believe we're beginning the month of May already. As I was, last night, I was doing a little bit of research on the copyright issues that I have, mainly with the Soul Show, because I think of the newer music, and it was funny because they started to, I forget when they started to block the songs, but I never read the caption, and the caption said, make sure that you connect with the owners of the content. Like, your program needs to be connected to the owners. I don't know if it's maybe the publishers or whoever is monitoring the AI. So it just has taken me a long time to do, so I couldn't spend any more time. I had to prepare for the show today. But anyway, it was interesting because I'm wondering if after I do the show, that YouTube does it for me. They do the connections for me, because I've been noticing every time I do a show, I get a printout. It's not really a printout. It's a listing of not all the records I played, but the ones that were identified as potentially copyright infringement. And a lot of times it says it shares the revenue with the creator. And I don't care about any revenue. I just care about the show not being blocked. I had 106 listeners last night, and they blocked the show, which was horrible to do. And everybody got all pissed off about it. And I lose half the listeners. I signed off. It was early, but I was on Oldies and More Radio. It never happens to this show, but I do get the copyright content, but never the blocking. So I have to look more into it. The number is nobody answers at the phone number that I call, so you can't really get anybody. And they have all these videos and whatnot that explain it, but I looked into possibly a license, but they said that always doesn't work. So you can pay, and they're talking about it could be very expensive you have to buy individual licenses. I says, I'm not doing that for every song. I need like a blanket thing. But how does it interact? So it's not clear, because a lot of people don't do what I do. They, do podcasts with music in the background. They may use one track. I'm playing 50 records on a show, if not more. So anyway, I'm going to look more into it, but it seems like the show posts. So I don't know how that works. But anyway, we opened up this afternoon show with this Indianapolis, Indiana tenor saxophonist, band leader, and music educator. His name, Lawrence L. Leggett Sr. He was born in Brazil in October of 1921. He would move to Indianapolis in the 1940s, began teaching at the Crispus Attucks High School, and that was in 1948, as an instructor of music. And he was in charge of anything musical there for that high school. And he would end up signing with Leonard Chess's Chess Records in 1954. And Leonard Chess suggested, well, you know what? You don't want to use Lawrence Leggett, because evidently, I've never heard of it, but maybe some of you have heard of a chain store, a drug chain store called Leggett Drugstores. If you ever heard of that, I never did. But he changed his name to Larry Liggett. Larry Liggett, and this was the B-side to his debut single on the Chess record label. It's a song he wrote. It was called The Flop. from January 54. Larry Liggett on Chess, The Flop. I have that on a 45 too. That comes on a 45. I think all his singles do, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, we count down the music chronologically here on the All 78 show. We're going to open it up here from 1940. Been featuring this group from Piqua, Ohio, on the All 78 show because they got so many releases, talking about the Mills Brothers. This is their 35th release on the Decca record label, recorded March 21st of 1940. They released it in November. Now, this tune written by Caro Roma and William H. Gardner. The song was first recorded by George McFarlane back in October of 1914. So this is really a moldy oldie going way back. Let's go to November of 1940 for the Mills Brothers on the Decca label. It's called Can't... I thought it would be Can't You, but it's Can't Yo. Can't Yo Hear, H-E-A. Can't you hear me calling? Caroline, the Mills Brothers.
Can't you hear me calling, Caroline? It's my heart a-calling thine. Lordy, how I miss you, gal o' mine. Wish that I could kiss you, Caroline. Ain't no use now for the sun to shine, Caroline, Caroline. Can't you hear my lips a-saying? Can't you hear my soul a-praying? Can't you hear me calling, Caroline? It's my heart a-calling thine. Lordy, how I miss you, gal o' mine. Wish that I could kiss you, Caroline. Ain't no use now for the sun to shine, Caroline, Caroline. Can't you hear my lips a-saying? Can't you hear my soul a-praying? Can't you hear me calling, Caroline? Can't you hear me calling, Caroline? It's my heart a-calling thine. Lordy, how I miss you, gal o' mine. Wish that I could kiss you, Caroline. Ain't no use now for the sun to shine, Caroline, Caroline. Can't you hear my lips a-saying? Can't you hear my soul a-praying? Can't you hear me calling, Caroline?
There you go, November 1940 release by the Mills Brothers on the Decca record label. Can't You Hear Me Calling? Caroline is the name of the tune. Let's stay in 1940. One of the leading female R&B singers of the 1940s, Lily Mae Johnson. She was born in Mississippi. She would relocate to Chicago in 1929. She had her first session with the Bluebird record label, was a subsidiary of RCA RCA. That was in 1940. Her biggest hit was the song called Romance in the Dark, and I feature that version by the Diamonds, recorded for the Atlantic record label, often on my Saturday night Vinyltreasure show. But this is her second release on the Bluebird record label. It's actually the B-side of actually it's the I should say this is her. Wait a minute. Here is the B-side to her debut single. I messed that up. Is what I did. And this was recorded at the RCA studio in Chicago on May 9th of 1940 with a Big Bill Brunzi. He is on guitar. Al Collins is on the imitation stand-up bass, and some unknown piano player. They probably forgot his name, but let's go to June of 1940 with Lil Green. Lil Green, Lily Green on the Bluebird label. It's called Just Rockin'.
Myself to sleep, watching my baby make that midnight creep. I'm rocking my worries away, just rocking my worries away.
Go with the sound of Lil Green, Lily Green's her name, and that one there, June 1940. Just Rockin' is the name of that one. Came out on the Bluebird record label, subsidiary of RCA Records. As we have one more from the year 1940, and this is a flip side from the last 78 show by the Ink Spots, featured their 22nd release for the Decca folks, the original version of We Three, My Echo, My Shadow, and Me, which was the intended B-side. Let's give a listen to the intended A-side, a tune written by Jack Fulton, who first recorded it. And let's give a listen to this version by Bill Kenny and the Ink Spots, October 1940. The Ink Spots on Decca, and their rendition of the tune, My Greatest Mistake. The Ink Spots.
My greatest mistake was falling in love, falling in love with you. My greatest mistake was dreaming of you and thinking my dreams would come true. It was easy to see you never loved me, though I hoped and I prayed someday it could be. My greatest mistake, my greatest heartache was falling in love with you.
Darling, you know my greatest mistake was falling in love. And I mean falling in love with a beautiful gal like you. You know, I made another mistake. Know what that was? Just dreaming of you and being foolish enough to think that all my dreams was bound to come true. You know, it should have been easy for me to see that, honey child, you never loved me. Of course, I hoped and I prayed that maybe someday it could be.
My greatest mistake, my greatest heartache was falling in love with you.
There you go with the sound of the Ink Spots. The Ink Spots there from October 1940. On the Decca record banner there, My Greatest Mistake. Bill Kenny and the boys there. I can't recall my greatest mistake. I made a lot of mistakes in my... I wish you can do it over again. I don't know. Some things I wouldn't do over again. Other things I think I would do over again. But anyway, that's for another time. Let us continue here, and let's move into 1941 now with a flip side from the last 78 show. I featured the Selah Jubilee Singers. And my copy of this 78 is a September 1946 press. Came out on the Decca record label. Now, the side I featured, first released in early 1941, was the intended B-side of that 46 release called I Feel Like My Time Ain't Long. That's what my father says all the time, but I tell him, don't think about that. You're healthier than me. But the matrix number on that was 68 742. Now, the intended A-side of this 78 has a matrix of 65505, which means it was recorded much earlier. How about like April 28th of 1939 and first issued on Decca 7598. That was released in 1939. So they reissued both sides of this disc later in September of 1946, and that's how I have it. But it's a great two-sided 78. Let's give a spin here to the Selah Jubilee Singers. On the Decca label, this tune originally from 1939, it's called Take My Hand, Precious Lord, the Selah Jubilee Singers.
Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, Lord, you know that I want. All through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me on. Lord, lead me on. When my way was red, precious Lord, sing again. When my life is almost gone, Lord, hear my cry, hear my call, take my hand, as I fall, take my hand, precious Lord, lead me on. Lord, lead me on. When the darkness appears and the night draws so near, when the day is past and gone, Lord, at the river I stand, God, my feet, hold my hand, take my hand, precious Lord, lead me on. Lord, lead me on. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me on. Let me stand. I'm tired, I am weak, oh, you know that I want. All through the storm, through the night, take me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me on. Lord, lead me on.
Okay, there you go. Here we got a couple of comments in the chat room I need to mention, although I did see one of them. Buster Bass mentions that that was Martin Luther King's favorite hymn there, as performed by Mahalia Jackson. She did it, but that was his favorite tune. I did see that when I was researching that. And Tony Barcia says, I must mention that Thurman Ruth's first group, then he incorporated members, and that later on became the Larks. Is when I bought that 78 from Spence. and I forget who had that, maybe Lou Haggis or whatever had that 78, and he wrote on the sleeve, Early Larks. That's what he put on there, so there you go. But there you go. Those are the Selah Jubilee Singers from actually this copy released in September 46, but it's from 1939 originally on the Decca label. Take My Hand, Precious Lord is the name of the tune. Johnny G here, my second show of the week here. I'll be back on Saturday evening beginning at 9 p.m. If you have a request for that 50s and early 60s show, send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. It's difficult to take requests for this show, and I think I have 3 or 4 today, but it was hard because I don't have all of them filed. I mean, I've cleaned them, all the shows I've done since last year sometime, so boxes and boxes of 78s that need to be put in order, and they are difficult to work with, I'm telling you. 45 so much easier. 78s are a pain, I will tell you. But let us continue here. Let's move into 1942 with another flip side from the last 78 show. Featured Cab Calloway and the Cavaliers on OK Records. I'll Be Around was the side. Now, the Cavaliers were really the Palmer brothers, Clarence, Richard, and Ernie Palmer, who would later record for Savoy Records as the Jive Bombers. You know their hit called Bad Boy, a big hit for the group. And here they are backing up Cab Calloway with the song he co-wrote. And with these early sides here, with the band leaders like Cab Calloway and his orchestra, there is the vocal doesn't come into like halfway through, so they like feature all the the instrumentation and whatnot of the orchestra, and then the vocal comes in. Now, this was recorded here in New York City on December 24th of 1941, released in June of 42, first on Columbia Records, then it was re-released on OK Records in January of 44, and that's how I have it. This is Cab Calloway and the Cavaliers. It's called Virginia, Georgia, and Caroline. Cab Calloway.
Georgia, and Caroline. If you don't know why peaches grow and wonder why I'm raving so, then take a look at those gals sometime. Virginia, Georgia, and Caroline. They live next door to one another under skies of blue. Dear Dixie is their mother. She's the sweetheart too. No! So won't you let me put you wise? Go down to Dixie, fill your ride with loveliness that is mighty fine. Virginia, Georgia, Virginia, Georgia, and Caroline.
originally from 1942. That's Cab Calloway and the Cavaliers, but they're really the Palmer brothers there. Virginia, Georgia, and Caroline featured it on the OK record label, really released in January of 44 on that 78. Johnny G here on a Thursday afternoon. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, because it was funny when I was reading a little bit more about the allowance with the artificial intelligence. There's a lot of things that they look at as far as identifying copyright content, because I know that was the number of hours, it was the number of subscribers, there was a bunch of things that they look at. That's why it's important to have more subscribers here to this channel, because I can get away with a little bit more, and it always happens after like 2.5 hours on the program is when I start running into issues. I bet you we'll see, and maybe some of you can guess when the next copyright identification will come. Never on these early sides, though, I will say. But anyway, let us continue here, and let's move now into 1945. We move up from 1942 to 1945 for this singer and pianist from Hughes, Arkansas, would relocate to Los Angeles, California. A first recording for the LA-based Globe label, his name Eddie P. Johnson Jr., but he recorded as Memphis Lee P, P-E-E, Memphis Lee P. And this is his second release on the Globe label. It's with Prince Albert and his band, and which included Warren Bates on alto sax and Prince Albert on the piano. This was recorded in Los Angeles in July of 1945. It was released that November of 1945. Memphis Eddie P's his name, and the song is called Big Leg Mama.
Off of me. Mama, take your big leg off of me. Can't you see, mama, I'm full of misery. Humpty talk, you feel like a Georgie fine. Humpty talk, you feel like a Georgie fine. Telling you boys, so you know that woman is mine.
Scratch. Well, that's actually the vinyl there on that press. But that's weird, too. The grooves are really close together on that. I bet you that plays better with a 45 needle, I'd say. There you go. That's Memphis Eddie P, a.k.a., what did I say? His Memphis Eddie P, really Eddie P. Johnson Jr., November 1945. It's on Globe Records out of Los Angeles, California. Big Leg Mama is the name of the tune as we continue. And up next are the Jubilaires, featured both sides of their May 1947 release on the Queen label. On the last a couple of shows was called Jube's Blues, back with I've Waited All My Life for You. But they signed with Decca Records in 1945. Now this was the A side of their third release for the Decca folks. This was recorded in New York City on May 23rd of 1946, and this is with Andy Kirk and his orchestra. We go to July of 1946 now. The Jubilaires on Decca Records. It's called I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. The Jubilaires.
I'm so lonesome I could cry, just watching couples strolling by. It's no fun being all alone at night. It wasn't meant to be that way. It really isn't right. So I tell my heart, don't sigh. There must be someone as blue as I just want someone to walk with, someone to talk with, just to help the time pass by. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'm so lonesome I could cry, just watching couples strolling by. It's no fun being all alone at night. It wasn't meant to be that way. It really isn't right. So I tell my heart, don't sigh. There must be someone as blue as I just want someone to walk with, someone to talk with, just to help the time pass by. I'm so lonesome, baby, I could cry.
Yeah, that is not the Hank Williams tune, though. But there you go. That's a July 1946 release. The Jubilaires on the Decca label. I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Well, you never have to be lonesome here on a Thursday afternoon. At least every other Thursday, Johnny G is here. So thank you all for being here. Again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing. Also, give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends about this show. As I am still waiting, I didn't get a chance to call. I'm going to call the the technicians here haven't heard anything about the studio yet. So it's been a while now, so they should have something for me. So I'm going to give them a call and see what they have planned. But anyway, let us continue here. And we are in the, I should say in 1946, the Ravens began their career. Their manager, Ben Bart, he first recorded them in June of 1946, issued their singles on his label. He owned the Hub record label, and their last single, their third release, was called Bye Bye Baby Blues. Now, that was released originally in October of 1946. Now, before they signed with National Records, but in 1948, Hub would sell some of their masters to Sid Nathan's King label, and Sid attempted to capitalize on the success that the Ravens were having with the National record label. So they re-released this tune in August of 1948, and it became a big R&B hit for the group. I think it made a number 8 on the Billboard R&B chart. But it's the original master, the tune written by Howard Biggs. It features the bass lead of Jimmy Ricks from this copy from August 1948. This was originally released in June of 46. These are the Ravens featuring it on King, and it's called Bye Bye Baby Blues, the Ravens.
Bye 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 baby, so long baby, goodbye baby, bye bye honey, bye baby. Yes, I'm leaving you baby, and I'm going away to stay. Yes, I'm leaving you baby, and I'm going away to stay. You didn't treat me right, and now I'm on my way. Yes, you played around baby, you fooled with all my friends. Well, you played around baby, and you fooled with all my friends. So I'm cutting out baby, and I won't be back again. You took money from Jack, you took kisses from Joe, but if I stay here, baby, you won't do that no more, you know what I mean? Get me talking to you. Ooh, what I do. Well, I'm leaving, baby. Bye, bye, bye. We're singing. Bye, bye. Sing out, baby. Bye, bye. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye. Goodbye, baby. Bye, bye. Bye, bye, baby. Bye, bye. Bye, baby. Bye, bye. Yes, I love you, baby, but I can't go on like this. Well, I love you, baby, but I can't go on like this. Because another man's money is something you can't resist. Said you cook for Ed and you wash for Mac, but you wouldn't even rub my aching back. You know I've been working hard, trying to please you. Straighten up, bring it right down front, that's what I'm talking about. Bye, bye, sing, 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 bye, 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 baby. Goodbye, baby. Well, baby. Bye, 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 baby. Bye, baby. Bye, 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 bye.
Yeah, that's the bass lead there of Jimmy Ricks and the Ravens. Second time around for that tune. It's on Sid Nathan's King Records from August 1948, originally released in June of 46 on the Hub label. This is probably the better sounding copy on King Records. Bye Bye Baby Blues. The Sound of the Ravens here on the Vinyltreasure show. We are on the last 78 show, I should say, I featured Deek Watson and his Brown Dots, recorded for Irving Berman's Manor Records out of Newark, New Jersey. Featured the A-side of their 5th release on Manor Records. It was called Patience and Fortitude. Let's give a listen to the intended B-side before it goes back down in the No Humidity basement. And this side written by Deek Watson and the lead singer on this, Pat Best, from February 1946. Deek Watson and the Brown Dots. The tune is called Is It Right?
Is it right for me to love you after what you've done? Even though I know you never really loved anyone. In my dreams, it's only you that touch me every night. You're my thing, darling, tell me, is it right? Tell me, is it right for me to sit around and pine, hoping someday you'll be mine? Tell me, is it right? Please tell me, is it right for me to love you after all you've done? Even though I know you never really loved anyone. In all my dreams, it's only you that touch me night and day. You're my sea. Only what you tell me, is it right? Right. Sometimes I had to lie, but little difference did it make to you? Please tell me, is it right for me to sit around and lie, hoping someday you'll be mine? So tell me, is it wrong?
Yeah, some of those 78s on the Manor label, they look good, but they play rough. It's unfortunate. It's this recycled vinyl. You know, during the war, it was very difficult to get for at least these small smaller independent companies. But anyway, there you go. February 1946 release for Deek Watson and the Brown Dots on the Manor label. That's the B-side. It's called Is It Right? Is the name of the tune. Let us continue here, and let's move into 1948 now with this gal, born in Mobile, Alabama. Now, she would relocate to Los Angeles, California, first recorded for the LA-based Supreme label. This was her debut single, recorded in Los Angeles. It features Tiny Webb on guitar and a vocalist, Paula Watson, and she also played the piano on this. Her first of 3 on Supreme. I think there's a group backing her up on this somewhere. October 1948 on the Supreme label, Miss Paula Watson with A Little Bird told me, Paula Watson.
A little bird told me that you love me,
That you love me.
and I believe that you do. This little bird really told me I was falling,
Really falling.
falling for no one but you. There's no use denying, I might as well confess. Of all the cats I know, dear, I'm sure I love you best. A little bird told me we'd be happy,
Oh, so happy.
and I believe that it's true. A little bird told me we'd be married,
Gonna get married.
and I believe that it's true. This little bird also told me when we marry,
When they get married.
we have a pretty cottage not too far,
Yeah.
all fenced in like a movie star.
Solid.
Great Dane pup, we'll call him Ace,
Cool.
lying there by the fireplace.
Real good.
Goldfish pond and a wishing well. Everything is going to turn out swell.
A little bird told us she'd be married.
Do-do-do-do-do.
And we believe that it's true. This little bird said she'd have a family.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Now tell us what you gonna do.
We'll have a pretty cottage not too far.
Yeah.
All fenced in like a movie star.
Solid.
Great Dane pup, we'll call him Ace. Lying there by the fireplace.
Solid.
Goldfish pond and a wishing well. Everything is going to turn out swell. A little bird told me we'd be happy, and I believe that it's true.
She believes that it's true.
And now I know that it's true. Come June, it's sure to come true.
I love that little boy.
Yeah, see, there's some group backing her up on that. From October 1948, the debut single for Paula Watson. Paula Watson on Supreme Records out of Los Angeles, California. A Little Bird Told Me is the name of the tune. As we continue here on the All 78 show, thank you all for being here. And again, if you're new to the program, please tell your friends about it and give me a thumbs up and click that bell to get notifications. The more subscribers I have, the copyright police, they stay away. Let us continue. And we are in the 1948 block. And up next, I got Steve Gibson and the Red Caps. They signed with Mercury Records in late 1947. Now, this was their fifth release for the Mercury label, and at this time, the group included Romaine Brown, Emmett Matthews, Earl Plummer, Jimmy Springs, and Steve Gibson, who was doing lead on this side. Now, this song, which I think was a top 20 hit for the group. The song dates back to 1929, recorded by many. I think Gene Austin did it first in February of 1929. Let's give a listen to this version from January 1948. Steve Gibson and the Red Caps on Mercury. It's called Wedding Bells Are Breaking Up That Old Gang of Mine. Steve Gibson and the Red Caps.
What a lonely town this is for me. Things are not just what they used to be.
I see all my pals spooning with their gals.
They don't seem to have much time for me.
Not so down on the corner. That's a pretty certain sign that those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine.
All the boys are singing love songs. They forgot Sweet Adeline. Those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. There goes Jack, there goes Jim, strolling down Lover's Lane. Now and then we meet again, but they don't seem the same. Well, I get that lonesome feeling when I hear the church bells chime. Those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. Well,
now I'm so down on the corner, and that's a pretty certain sign
that those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. Well,
all the boys are singing love songs.
They forgot
Sweet Adeline.
And those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine.
There goes Jack, there goes Jim, down Lover's Lane. And now and then we'll meet again, but they don't seem the same.
I get that lonesome feeling when I hear the church bells chime. Those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine.
Breaking up that old gang of mine.
There you go. That's Steve Gibson and the Red Caps, January 1948 release on the Mercury label. You know, the promos play better, I will say. This really isn't a like that recycled vinyl. It's more of it's more of regular vinyl, I think. It's not pure vinyl, but I don't know, some kind of mixture there makes it sound so much better, even though there is wear on this one. I think Joel Scherzer sold me this 78 a long time ago. Steve Gibson and the Red Caps with Wedding Bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. Well, we're not breaking up yet, not till around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let us continue here. And I have one more out of the year 1948, and another group I often feature here on the 78 show, talking about the Charioteers. They first recorded this, or I should say the group first recorded this on December 7th of 1939. It was released on Bluebird Records in May of 1940, but they would re-record this for Columbia Records on December 4th of 1947. And this song is from the 1935 movie, if anybody's ever seen the movie or the musical, called The Night is Young, was starring Raymond Novarro and Evelyn Lane. But this features Billy Williams on lead. From April 1948, here are the Charioteers. Charioteers on Columbia Records. It's called When I Grow Too Old to Dream, the Charioteers.
Now when I grow too old to dream, I'll have you to remember. And when I grow too old to dream, your kiss will live in my heart. So kiss, 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 kiss me, my sweet, kiss me, my sweet, and then so let us part. And when I grow too old, your love will
live in my heart.
Billy Williams and the Charioteers from April 1948. That is actually the re-recorded version of that tune, When I Grow Too Old to Dream. Pretty cool sound there on the Columbia label. They play the promos are the way you want. Well, the Columbias are good, I think, in general. I think they are. The Charioteers there from April 1948. Let's move into 1949 now with this singer, musician, songwriter, and band leader from Linden, Texas. His name, Aaron Thiebaud Walker, a.k.a. T-Bone Walker, began recording in the late 1920s and one of the first artists to use an electric guitar, recording for a number of different labels during his long career, Columbia, Room Boogie, Capitol, Mercury, Black and White, Comet, Imperial, Atlantic, Post, Modern, into the 1960s on Jetstream, Bluesway, and even his last release, actually into the 80s. I think his last release was in 81 on the Paula label. This 78 is on the Old Swing Master label. It's a release, it was released in March of 1949. I think this was recorded for a Rum Boogie Records, and then the master was sold to this label, Old Swing Master. Let's go to March of 1949 for Mr. T-Bone Walker. It's called She Is Going to Ruin Me. T-Bone Walker.
When I leave for work to make my heart an honest day, she calls another loving man before I even get away.
She's gonna ruin you. Just watch what he says.
Yeah, she's gonna run me and it won't take long this way. All my friends have told me how my money goes around. She's spending on another man just to keep me broken down.
She's gonna ruin you. Just watch what he says.
Yeah, she's gonna run me. It won't take long this way. sister wouldn't even shed a tear. But if my fine was a dime, I'd just to take the 90 years.
Gonna ruin you. Just watch what we say.
Yeah, she's gonna ruin me, and it won't take long this way.
There you go, Mr. T-Bone Walker there. T-Bone Walker from March of 49 on the old Swingmaster record label. She Is Going to Ruin Me is the name of the tune. As that happens to some people, yes it does. Not to Johnny G though, as we continue here. And we are in the 1949 block. We love this next gal, this singer born Ruth Lee Jones, aka Dinah Washington, first recording back in 1944. Now she would sign with Mercury Records in 1946. Now this tune was recorded in New York City on March 4th of 1949, and Mercury released it that November of 49. It's with the Teddy Stewart Stewart with a T. I did a typo, Charlene. Stewart Orchestra, who is Teddy Stewart. He is on the drums here. George Hudson on trumpet. Rupert Cole and Ernie Wilkins are on the alto saxes, so we got two sax players here. Cecil Payne on the baritone sax, Freddie Green on guitar, James Foreman on piano, and Ray Brown on the stand-up bass. Let's go to November of 1949 for Miss Dinah Washington. Dinah Washington on the Mercury record banner. It's called Good Daddy Blues. Dinah Washington.
I had a no-count, low-down, trifling man. Yes, I had a no-count, low-down, trifling man. I kept the blues so bad I could feel 'em in my hand. Out and clown. Yes, if he in the mood for loving, and he'd go out and clown. With chippies in taverns and bars all over town. Say he threw his money cross bars like he was on big time. Yes, he threw his money cross bars like he was on big time. Come home stumbling drunk and wouldn't have a measly dime. He was tripling around, he didn't know when to stop. He couldn't pay our rent and I was raggedy as a mop. So I got me a new daddy and I'm happy as can be. He's a cool, kind papa, and he sure is good to me. Say he goes to work every morning, calls me up at noon. When he comes home every night, we have a thrilling honeymoon. Yes, he's a cool, kind papa. Ooh, he's a cool, kind papa. He's a cool, kind papa, and he sure is good to me. Trade my daddy for a barrel of gold. No, I wouldn't trade my daddy for a barrel of gold. 'Cause he's a cool, kind papa and it satisfies my soul.
Yeah, there you go, Miss Dinah Washington there on the Mercury record banner, November 1949 release. Song entitled Good Daddy Blues is the name of the tune. Johnny G's your Good Daddy DJ for a Thursday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the show this afternoon. And if you are, please give me a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. We have one more from the year 1949. I've never featured this next artist here on the Vinyltreasure show, this blues singer and harmonica player, William McKinley Gillum, born September 11th of 1904. Now, he moved to Chicago, where he met up with guitarist Big Bill Brunzi, signing with the Bluebird record label in 1936. But in 1946, he would move him to the parent label. They would move him to the parent label, RCA Records, and here's one released in March of 1949. It features Willie James Lacey on guitar, Ransom J. Noling on string bass, Eddie Boyd on piano, Judge Lawrence Riley on drums, and Jazz Gilliam on vocals and harmonica. This from March of 1949. Jazz Gilliam on RCA, or Gillum. Gilliam, not with an I there, Johnny. Jazz Gillum on RCA. It's called Gonna Take My Rap. Jazz Gillum. Oh, see, as we get through, so when we get into the 1950s here, the shellac plays so much better. It does. There you go, Jazz Gilliam. Jazz Gillum there from March 1949 on the RCA record label, Gonna Take My Rap. is the name of the tune. It was unfortunate that on March 29th of 1966, Jazz was shot in the head during a street argument, and he was pronounced dead on arrival at Garfield Park Hospital in Chicago. He was just 61 years old, but we remember him here on the Vinyltreasure show. Let's move into 1950 now with this singer, originally from Louisiana, signed with Sid Nathan's King Deluxe labels in 1949, would have over 15 top 10 R&B hits. His name, Roy Brown. Here he is with his Mighty Mighty Men. This is his 8th release for the Deluxe label. It's a song he wrote. So this one came out in September of 1950. Roy Brown and his Mighty Mighty Men on Deluxe. It's called Cadillac Baby.
Woman loves to ride. Yes, Cadillac baby, how that woman loves to ride. Yes, crazy about that hydromatic, gives her such an easy ride. She loves her rolling, how she loves to ball the jack. Yes, crazy about her rolling, how she loves to ball the jack. Yes, crazy about that easy ride, crazy about that Cadillac. We turn on the radio, cruise down the avenue. Yes, turn on the radio, cruise on down the avenue. Baby's crazy about daddy, daddy loves his baby too. Hey, blue, blue. About midnight, baby comes knocking on the door. Yes, long about midnight, baby comes knocking on the door. Well, daddy, take out that Cadillac, baby wants to ride some more. Well, last night we went riding in the rain. She was my baby, I was her man. She said, daddy, ride a long, long time. You ride so easy, so mellow and fine. If you get tired riding, stop and rest. Park it in the spot your baby loves the best. And Cadillac baby, how that woman loves to ride. Yes, Cadillac baby, how that woman loves to ride. Crazy about that easy ride and how she loves that Cadillac. Hey, we gon' ride all night long. Yes, we gon' ride all night long. Well, we gon' ride all night long. Hey, we gon' ride all night long. We gonna 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 ride, baby, all night long.
Well, that's going to tucker you out if you got to dance to that tune there. There you go, Roy Brown and his Mighty Mighty Men, September 1950 release on Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records. Cadillac Baby is the name of the tune. You know, that was to drive around in a Cadillac, you know, it was pretty boss to drive around. I had 2 Cadillacs, but I liked the ride. I was driving into Newark, New Jersey. Man, did I pay a lot for gas, though. But I gave up. I figured I want to drive in luxury. If I drive it into Newark, there was a long ride, and it just had just a great ride. And every time Barbara's mother would come in the car, she goes, "Oh, I love the ride on this car. Let's just drive around." I said, "Okay, she was my Cadillac baby, I'll say." Johnny G here on a Thursday. Let us continue here. We stay in 1950 for the Striders. Now, they first recorded for the Capitol Capitol label in late 1946, but they recorded for other labels during their career, and they backed up a couple of artists. One was Dolores Martin, but mostly they backed up Savannah Churchill. Sometimes they were given credit on the labels, and sometimes they were not, although they are not specifically named on the label. They get credit, though, as her group. And this is the A-side to Savannah Churchill's second release for the Arco label. I think Arco was a subsidiary of Manor Records. This one released in September of 1950. Let's give a listen to Savannah Churchill and her group, a.k.a. the Striders. It's on Arco, A-R-C-O Records. It's called Ain't You Glad I Love You? Savannah Churchill and the Striders.
Ain't you glad I love you instead of your friend? Ain't you glad I turned out all right in the end? Ain't you glad I saw through each one of her lies? I'll admit she fooled me until I got wise. She's sorry now, so sorry now, can't believe that we're through. You ought to know, baby, I love only you. Well, ain't you glad I love you, baby? No use to pretend. Ain't you glad I love you instead of your friend?
Yes, I'm glad you love me instead of my friend. I'm so glad it turned out this way in the end. I'm so glad you saw through each one of her lies. You admit she fooled you until you got wise. She's sorry now, so sorry now, can't believe that we're through. You ought to know, baby, I love only you. I'm so glad you told her. Why should you pretend? I'm so glad you love me instead of my friend.
Ain't you glad I love you? No need to pretend.
I'm so glad you love me.
Ain't you glad, ain't you glad, ain't you glad, ain't you glad, ain't you glad?
Yes, September 1950 release there for Savannah Churchill and her group, a.k.a. the Striders there. Ain't You Glad I Love You is the name of the tune. That one there on Arco Records. What did I say? That was her second of two on the Arco label? I forget what I said. Anyway, but yeah, the second of two. There's second. Okay, let us continue in 1950 for this vocalist, guitarist, and songwriter from Atoka, Oklahoma. Now, this was on Jack Lauderdale's Swing Time Records. He had over 50 releases for the Swing Time label, but it's a song he wrote. His name, Lowell Fulson. Others on the mentioned on the label are Lloyd Glenn. It says at the 88. Is that it? Yeah. Lloyd Glenn at the 88, which is pretty cool. And Earl Brown on alto sax, Bob Harvey on the drums, and Bill Hadnot on the bass. Let's go to March of 1950. Give a listen to Lowell Fulson's Combo. I think that's the first way it came out. This is like a reissue or something. It just says Lowell Fulson, and it's on Swing Time Records. It's called Rockin' After Midnight.
down, your daddy's in the heart of town. Rock this house 'cause it ain't no cops around. We won't be bop, baby, neither Texas hop. No, we won't be bopping, baby, neither Texas hop. Gonna rock pretty mama until you say stop. We'll start after midnight around till the break of dawn. Yeah, start after midnight around till the break of dawn. You won't get cold 'cause your daddy will keep you warm. You don't have to worry 'cause the lock is on the door. Just come on down, your daddy's in the heart of town. You don't have to worry 'cause there ain't no cops around.
Keep on forgetting I have to wear these headphones to hear the volume here, but my voice I can't hear, and I'm digging on the music here, folks. There you go, Lowell Fulson there from March 1950 on the Swingtime record label. Rockin' After Midnight is the name of the tune. You know we'll be doing that on Saturday evening. I'll be back on Saturday, so get me your requests. Send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Let us continue here, and we are in the 1951 block. For up next, wait a minute, I take it back. Yes, we move into 1951 now with another flip side from the last 78 show. This group from Baltimore, Maryland featured their fifth release on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. Featured the side called Simply Say Goodbye. Let's give a listen to the flip side. This is actually the intended A-side of this tune. It features Larry Harrison on lead. I know Joe Shacatano likes this song here. We'll send it out to him from December 1951. These are the Four Buddies on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. It's called Window Eyes. The Four Buddies.
Window eyes, window eyes, window eyes, I'll call you window eyes. You bring out all the sight inside of me. Window eyes, I'd break all other ties for you, 'cause my heart cries love only me. They're just like window panes, I know. Through them I see your soul, way I love and want you
Hear that chatter at the end there? You hear way at the end there. That's Larry Harrison on lead, December 1951. Sound of the Four Buddies. The Four Buddies out of Baltimore, Maryland. Window Eyes is the name of the tune. You know, this tune was never issued on a 45, not till later. I think Lubinsky put them out, put a lot of those 78s. They were only available on 78s, put them out on 45s later on. As we continue here in the 1951 block, this band leader, singer, composer, pianist, and drummer from Youngstown, Ohio, would form his own band back in 1934, recording for the Decca record label, but other releases followed on Regis and Savoy and the Manor labels before he signed with Sid Nathan's King Records in late 1948. His name, Tiny Bradshaw. Now, he would often feature vocalists that he would back up, as is the case with this singer. Her name is Dorena Dean, Dorena Dean, D-E-N-E, and she co-wrote this tune together with Tiny Bradshaw. Let's give it a spin. February 1951 on Sid Nathan's King record label. Tiny Bradshaw and his orchestra with Dorena Dean. It's called 1, 2, 3 Kick Blues. Dorena Dean.
Ah, señorita, rumba española.
Sí, senora. Oh, yes, I've got those rumba blues. My daddy brought me some rumba shoes. That's why I've got some blues to lose. I used to hold my baby tight. I used to love him with all my might. But that man of mine won't treat me right. Well, now 1, 2, 3 kick. That's all I hear. 1, 2, 3 kick. That's in my ear. 1, 2, 3 kick. That's everywhere. That's why I'm going back to Newport News, where I can lose these rumba blues. Yes, that man of mine gave me blues to lose. Abba, abba, abba. Well, now 1, 2, 3 kick. That's all I hear. 1, 2, 3 kick. That's in my ear. 1, 2, 3 kick. That's everywhere. That's why I'm going back to Newport News, where I can lose these rumba blues. Yes, that man of mine gave me blues to lose.
There you go. That is Dorina Dean. She's being backed up by Tiny Bradshaw and his orchestra. February 51 release on Sid Nathan's King record banner there. 1, 2, 3 Kick Blues is the name of the tune. Johnny G is here on a Thursday afternoon. I mean, it is a beautiful day here on this Thursday afternoon as we are in the first day of May already. We are here in May as we continue here, and let's move into 1952. Fill a special request for listener Nick the Knack, and that is Nick Sedano. And you may know Nick Sedano. He was the lead singer of a vocal group called Nick and the Knacks. Had a release back in 1964 on the Barry record label. That was High Weiss's Barry label, called The Night, backed with that Old Black Magic. But he also was a record collector at one time. I think he still is a record collector, but I think he sold the majority of his collection. But he requested the Marshall Brothers. He was actually disappointed I didn't play the Marshall Brothers last week on my Saturday night show, but they're not on 45. They are on 78. And one of the songs I think he picked was an unreleased tune. So we're not ready to play CDs here yet, because I will feature unreleased material if and when I get my CD player connected to my mixer. But this request for Nick the Knack only came out on a 78. Now, the group is an offshoot of the Ravens, as Maith Marshall got together with tenor Phil Shaw, baritone Willie Sanders, and bass Raymond Johnson. And, of course, he was the former bass of the Beavers. They signed a contract with Herman Lubinsky and Savoy Records, and Nick requested the B-side to their second release. It features the great Maith Marshall on lead. Let's go to January of 1952 by request for Nick the Knack, the Marshall Brothers on Savoy. It's called Why Make a Fool Out of Me. This is for Nick.
You made me cry and want to die. You made a fool out of me. You told all my friends that this was the end. Why make a fool out of me? You promised me that you would care. You built me up like a king, then you tore me right down and made me the clown. Why make a fool out of me? I was the dreamer, you were the schemer. We both had plans of our own, but I guess I was wrong, so I'll get along, dreaming my dreams all alone. I couldn't stand to say goodbye. You didn't give me a chance. You tossed love aside, then you hurt my pride. Why make a fool out of me?
I was the dreamer, you were the schemer. We both had plans of our own. I guess I was wrong, but I'll get along, dreaming my dreams alone.
toss along beside, then you hurt my pride. Why make a fool out of me?
There you go. That one there going out to Nick the Knack. Now, listen, Mr. Joe Shacatano, I played this record in 2000, and Charlene can tell you, and Charlene can check on the 78 write-up if it was for you, because I think I went and looked at all those 78s that were on the list there, and I sent them out to the people who requested. I have the records. My records don't lie, and we can go to the shows. And I will apologize if I am not correct, but Charlene will check. But that's from January 1952. Those are the Marshall Brothers with Maith Marshall on lead. Why Make a Fool Out of Me? That was on Savoy Records. It's Tony Barcia says that Maith hated this group. That's amazing. They sound so great. And the other one I cannot play because it was unreleased, Nick the Knack, so I have to get the CD. I'm sure I have it. I have a bunch of the late George Tompkins CDs that he willed to me, so I have lots of CDs, I have to say. But anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. We move into 1953 with a singer and pianist, Nellie Rose Lutcher. She was born October 15th of 1912 in Lake Charles, Louisiana. She signed with Capitol Records back in 1947, had a number of releases on the Capitol label and a number of big R&B hits too. Maybe I think Fine Brown Frame was her biggest hit. That was in 1948. But here is one of her later releases from January 53, came out on the OK record label. It's a song she wrote. This tune recorded December 1st of 1952 in New York City with Jimmy Canaday and Sal Salvatore on guitars, George Duvier on the stand-up bass, and Marty Wilson on drums. And Nellie is on piano and vocals from January 53. Give a listen to Nellie Lutcher. Nellie Lutcher on OK Records. It's called Muchly. It's called Muchly Verily. Nellie Lutcher.
I love you muchly, yes, yes, I love you, yes, yes. Verily, this will not please the intellects, 'cause the words are incorrect, but muchly, I love you, verily, it's so true. I've searched Webster, Funk and Wagner, and Britannica too, for a new way to express my love. I didn't find it, so I decided to make up my very own. This will not please the intellects, 'cause the words are incorrect, but muchly I love you, verily it is so true. I've searched Webster, Buck and Wagner, and Britannica too, for a new way to express my love. I didn't find it, so I decided to make up my very proof.
There you go, January 1953. She plays a mean piano there. That's Nellie Lutcher from January 53. That's a song she wrote. Muchly Verily is the name of the tune. That's on the OK record label. You know, she had a few records, too, with groups, I think on Hickory Records, if I'm not mistaken, that I have featured on the 60s or the 60s show, I think, at the end. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. We are in the 1953 segment here, and let's do a flip side from last week. This group from the Bronx I featured on the last 78 show met up with Joe Davis, who independently recorded them and leased their material to the MGM record label. They had 2 releases on the MGM record label, played their second last week called I'll Cry No More. Let's flip the 78 over, not 45, 78. I have this on a 45. It features Grover Barlow, a.k.a. Dean Barlow, on lead from June of 53. Let's give a listen to the Crickets on MGM. It's called For You, I Have Eyes. Dean Barlow and the Crickets.
Here I sit looking at the skies. I hope you'll realize it's for you, my dear. I have eyes. The day will come when you'll be mine, and we'll dance away the time. It's for you, my dear. I have eyes. A lonely room, a quiet night, our loved ones far and out of sight. I hope and pray there'll come a day when loved ones will come home to stay. Here I sit looking at the skies. I hope you'll realize it's for you, my dear. I have eyes. I'll hope and pray there'll come a day when loved ones will come home to stay. Here I sit looking at the skies. I hope you'll realize it's for you, my dear. I have eyes.
That's the great sound of Dean Barlow and the Crickets, June 1953. That's their second release on the MGM record label. For You, I Have Eyes is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1954 now with a flip side from the last 78 show, and I featured the Drifters on the Atlantic record label. Their third release for Atlantic, actually it was a B-side. It was called Warm Your Heart. Featured Clyde McPhatter on lead. But let's give a listen to the intended A-side. It sounds so much better on a 78. This was actually co-written by Clyde McPhatter from May of 1954. These are the Drifters on Atlantic, their big R&B hit. Let's see if the copyright police come out on this one. The Drifters with Honey Love.
Let me love. Let me love. Let me love. I need it when the moon is bright. I need it when you hold me tight. I need it in the middle of the night. I need your honey love. I want it when the lights are low. I want it just before you go. I want it because I love you so. Have a little mercy and give some honey love. Now throw your arms around me. Pretend that you're loving dove. Now you squeeze, 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 squeeze. That's the honey love. I'm gonna get it in the morning sun. I'm gonna get it when the day is done. I'm gonna get it 'cause it's so much fun. I'm gonna get me some honey love. Yes, I love it 'cause it feels so fine. I love it as it thrills my spine. I love it 'cause you're mine, oh mine. I love your honey love. Let me 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 love. That's you and me get cozy, just like the fingers in a glove. Let's kiss, 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 kiss. That's the honey love. Ooh, I need it when the moon is bright. I need it when you hold me tight. I need it in the middle of the night. I need honey love. I need, oh yeah, honey love. I need, baby, honey love. I need.
Get it, boy.
Honey love, I need your honey love.
There you go, May 1954 release there for Clyde McPhatter and the Drifters. That's their third release for the Atlantic record label. Honey Love is the name of the two last on the last 78 show. We played the flip, a great B-side. Warm Your Heart is the name of the tune. Let's stay in 1954. This singer, born in Kelly, Louisiana, but he relocated to Los Angeles, California, put together a band and was performing in the Los Angeles area. His group was called the Honey Jumpers. They signed with the Bahari Brothers Modern record label in 1953, had 11 releases for the Modern label. Now in 1955, they would have their biggest hit, a song called Convicted, which I think somebody did request for the Saturday night show. I think I have a request for that. But the group's third release for Modern 920, was a Christmas tune. It was called God Gave Us Christmas, backed with Lollipop, and Modern would re-release 920 and replace the Christmas side with this tune, which I don't think I have on a 45. I think I have the Christmas 45, which I have featured on the Saturday night show. But I think this is the better side anyway. And this is the better side, I should say, in my opinion. Let's go to January of 1954 for Oscar McLollie and his Honey Jumpers. This is on Modern Records. It's called Falling in Love with You, Oscar McLollie.
Falling in love with you is like walking on a cloud of rosy hue. I'm riding on a moon
high up in the sky. When you hold my hand, the feeling is so grand, falling in love with you is a sentimental dream by a rendezvous. An angel must have sent you, heaven must have meant you to be mine, all mine. I searched the world around, but never ever found one that was meant for me. Suddenly you smiled, and in a little while, heavenly things I could see. I'm falling in love with you, and I confess that every word is true. So take my foolish heart, say we'll never part, 'cause darling, you're mine, all mine. I've searched the world around, but never ever found one that was meant for me. Suddenly you smiled, and in a little while, heavenly things I could see. Yes, I'm falling in love with you, and I confess that every word is true. So take my foolish heart, say we'll never part, 'cause darling, darling, you're mine, all mine.
Wow, this sounds so good on a 78. We'll send that one out to Tony Barcia in our YouTube chat, one of his favorite tunes there by Oscar McLollie and the Honey Jumpers. That one there from January 1954. That's the alternate, the second release there on Modern Records. It's called Falling in Love with You is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Thursday as somebody is out there cutting the grass. I hope that's not my lawn doctor here today as we continue here on the All 78 show. And let's stay in 1954 here. This is a flip side from the last 78 show, featured the Dewdroppers, their first of 5 on the Groove record label. It was a subsidiary of RCA record label, a song called Dead Broke from February of 54. If you're collecting records here, sometimes you can end up dead broke. But anyway, let's give a listen to the flip side of the 78. It features J.C. Ginyard on lead from February 54. The Dewdroppers on Groove. The song is called Speed King.
I'll make you satisfied. 'Cause I'm a speed king. My speed is 110. Yes, I'm a speed king. My speed is 110. Now if you want to know how my speed will go, step right in and I'll match it to the floor. 'Cause I'm a speed king. My speed is 110. Now when I start to speeding at 101, my speeding, baby, has just begun. We'll roll it on up to 102. That's the time I'll be speeding with you. Move on up to 103. 103 means the third degree at 104. then you'll know if you ride with me once, you're gonna ride some more. Come and ride with me, baby. If you wanna ride, ride with me, baby, make you satisfied. Ride with me, baby. If you wanna ride, ride with me, baby, make you satisfied. Cause I'm a speed king, speed is 110. Yes, I'm a speed king, my speed is 110. Now if you want to know how my speed go, step right in and I'll mash you to the floor. Cause I'm a speed king, speed is 110. Now at 105 you'll realize that this old fishtail can really fly. Move it on up to 106. Then I'll teach you a brand new trick. We'll roll it on up 107. You say step on it, daddy, it's just like heaven. We'll move on up to 108. 108 we'll be doing great. Move it on up to 109. That's the time you want to lose your mind. Move on up to 110. Hey now, daddy, let's ride again. Come and ride with me, baby. If you want to ride, ride with me, baby, make you satisfied. Ride with me, baby. If you want to ride, ride with me, baby, make you satisfied. Ride with me, baby. If you want to ride, ride with me, baby, make you satisfied. My speed is 110, baby. Yeah.
There you go, February 1954 release there for the Dewdroppers, J.C. Ginyard and the Dewdroppers on the Groove record label, their first of 5. The flip side of Dead Broke, song entitled Speed King. You have to be careful now. Can't be speeding anymore. They have lights, or they have cameras on the top of a lot of the lights in a lot of the places, especially the busy intersection. It was funny. Greg Surik was telling me one time he was in the middle of nowhere, somewhere down south, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and nobody was out on the road. He was kind of like stopped at the light. He said, nobody's here, I'm going to go through it. And he got a ticket. He got a picture of his license plate and they sent him a ticket. He had to pay it. But anyway, let us continue here. Let's move into 1955. We go to Harlem, New York here for this next group. They signed with High Weiss's Old Town record label in late 1953, would have 20 releases for the label. Let's give a listen to their 6th release. Actually, it's the B-side to their 6th release. The A-side is a song called The Wedding, but this is the flip. It features Milton Love on lead. Let's send this one out to listener Tommy Albergo, August 55. The Solitaires on Old Town Records. The tune is called Don't Fall in Love, the Solitaires.
Well, if you don't want your feelings hurt, don't fall in love. Well, if you don't want your feelings hurt, don't fall in love. You'll believe my words someday. Yes, you'll come back home to stay. Well, if you don't want your feelings hurt, don't fall in love. Well, if you don't want your feelings hurt, don't fall in love. Well, if you don't want your feelings hurt, don't fall in love. Fall in love. Don't want your feelings hurt. Don't fall in love.
B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. There you go. That's a Milton Love and the Solitaires. That's the flip side to The Wedding, August 1955 release on the Old Town record label. Don't Fall in Love is the name of the tune. Let's stay in 1955. Let's stay with the B-sides here. This is a B-side to a big R&B hit for this girl group out of Harlem, New York. It was their debut single. The A-side called Lonely Nights made it up to number 8 on the Billboard R&B chart. But let's give a spin to the flip side of the 78. This is on Saul Rabinowitz's Baton Records out of New York City, their first of 5. It features Joyce West on lead from March 1955. Here are the Hearts on Baton, the flip side of Lonely Nights. It's called Ooh Wee, the Hearts. Johnny G getting caught here on a switch in the 78s. There you go. B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show from March 1955. Those are the Hearts. That is the B-side to their debut single, Lonely Nights. Came out on Baton Records. It's called Ooh Wee is the name of the tune. And let's move into 1956 now. Now, I think here on the 78 show that it's really worth it to play some hits, at least on a 78 now, that are kind of common on 45, but maybe not so common on a 78, and mostly because of the sound quality when you get around this time period here. Actually, even before this, the shellac 78 sounds so much better, as is the case with this 78. Was a big hit for the Platters in June of 1956 on the Mercury label. The song was called My Prayer. But this is the B-side, which I think charted also. I think this side charted also, a tune written by their manager, Buck Ram. It features Tony Williams on lead. Let's give a listen to this one from June of 56 on the Mercury label on a 78. Tony Williams and the Platters, the flip side of My Prayer. It's called Heaven on Earth, the Platters.
Heaven on earth, that's what you've made for me since the day we met. Heaven on earth, it's all been so thrilling. I never can forget. Heaven on earth, along with an angel, is living in dreams come true. Heaven on earth, I know that it happens only when I'm with you. Paradise, see so far, like a star, it twinkled high above me. Now I'm wise. Paradise isn't far at all when you're around to love me. Love me, oh, heaven on earth. No need waiting until I die. Heaven on earth, that's what you've made a heaven for you and I. A heaven for you and
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, Tony Williams and the Platters. From June 1956, that's the B-side to My Prayer. Heaven on Earth is the name of the tune. Both sides of that 78 charted on the national charts, and it sounds so good on a 78, as well as this next 78, as we are in the 1956 block. Featured the A-side of this, more than, it wasn't on the last 78 show, I think it was a week prior, on Ernie Young's Excello Records. They had 4 releases on the Excello label, played their debut single, the original version of Little Darling, as done by the Gladiolas. Maurice Williams wrote the tune, of course, was a big hit. Was a big hit for the Diamonds, which I featured on the last 78 show. But let's flip over that 78, because the B-side, I mean, I like the B-side better. I do, but from December of 56, these are the Gladiolas. Maurice Williams on lead. This is the B-side of Little Darling. It's called Sweetheart, Please Don't Go. The Gladiolas on a 78 on the Excello label.
Why
you go. Johnny G's spinning these 78s. I mean, I have these on 45s, but they sound so much better on a 78. There you go. That's Maurice Williams on lead with the Gladiolas. That's the B-side to their debut single from December 56 on the Excello label, Sweetheart Please Don't Go. The A-side, the original version of Little Darling. And we have one more from the year 1956. We go to Brooklyn, New York. This time, fill a request for Adrian Viterbo in Mexico. He'll tune into this show on the archive. He is working, but this group from Brooklyn, known as the Four Fellows, they recorded 8 for the Glory label. This is their 6th release. And I have this on a 45 too, actually a nice 45, but it sounds so good on the 78. This tune co-written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Jimmy McGowan, from July 56 for Adrian Viterbo, the Four Fellows on Glory. It's called Please Play My Song for Adrian.
Since she's gone away, oh, I long for her every day, oh, and so Mr. DJ, please play this song for me. Oh, how I cry, oh, regretting the day I lied, oh, and so Mr. DJ, please play this song for me. Please play my song. When she hears my song, confessing that I was wrong, I'm hoping she'll hear my plea and come on home to me. I want her to know, oh, my heart yearns for her soul, oh, and so Mr. DJ, please play this song for me. Please play my song. When she hears my song, confessing that I was wrong, oh, hoping she'll hear my plea and come on home to me. I want her to know, oh, my heart yearns for her soul, oh, and so Mr. DJ, please play this song for me. Please play my song.
There you go, by request for Adrian Viterbo. There, the sound of the Four Fellows, Jimmy McGowan on lead, July 1956. That was their 6th release for the Glory record label. Please Play My Song is the name of the tune we just did for Adrian. We got 3 more 78s to go before we sign off here on the All 78 show. And I'm going to send this one out to an oldies fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith. I think you requested this, or if I couldn't play the one I played for you last Saturday. So we're going to play it for you. This group out of New Haven, Connecticut, talking about the Five Satins here. Now, when Fred Paris was in the service, he was replaced by Bill Baker, and the A side of this was a big hit was a hit for the group. It was To the Isle, but Joseph Smith, oldies fan, requested the flip side of the record. The B side came out in May of 1957 on Al Silver's Ember Records. This song first recorded by the Eminons. They did it first on the Josie label in August of 1956. Let's give a listen to this version as done by the Five Satins. May 57, we'll send it out to Oldies Fan. It's called Wish I Had My Baby, the Five Satins.
Fulfill my soul. I wish I had my baby to fulfill my soul. If I had my baby to fulfill my soul, I never let her go. If I had my baby by my side, I wish I had my baby by my side. If I had my baby by my side, my love, I never hide. If I had my baby, well, you know what I would do. You're my pretty baby, I love you. Oh, I wish I had my baby to fill my soul. I wish I had my baby to fill my soul. If I had my baby to fill my soul, I never let her go. Never let her go.
And B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. There you go, by request. For Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat, that's May 1957. Those are the Five Satins on Ember Records, and that's their fourth release. The B-side to the Isle, song entitled Wish I Had My Baby. Two more 78s to go here before we sign off here. And we are in the 1957 block, and I got the Moonglows up next. And I think the A-side of this was a song called I'm Afraid the Masquerade is Over. And that was with Harvey Fuqua on lead, I think. But let's give a listen to the B-side here, which features Bobby Lester on lead. I think this was their follow-up to Over and Over Again, if I'm not mistaken. At least the flip side of it was. But this is the B-side. It's a nice ballad from February 57. The Moonglows on the Chess label. And this is a nice mint 78. It's called Don't Say Goodbye, the Moonglows.
Don't say goodbye. Don't even try. For you are my love, the only love
I'm dreaming of. Don't say goodbye. You make me cry, for you are my thrill, the only thrill. I'll tell you why. I'll miss a kiss such as this in the middle of the night. Oh, don't you know that your touch means so much when you're holding me tight. Don't say goodbye. I told you why. Can't you see you're meant for me? Don't say goodbye. Never say goodbye.
There you go, sound of the Moonglows here from February of 1957. That's on Leonard Chess's Chess record label. That's Bobby Lester there on lead, the Moonglows, with Don't Say Goodbye. Well, Johnny G's going to say goodbye. That's going to do it for the All 78 show on this Thursday, this May 1st of 2025. Thank you all for being here. Again, if you're new to the program, just finding out about this show, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is our second show of the week. I'll be back here in a couple of weeks to do the 78 show. This spot here on Thursday afternoons is basically for guest collectors, and Bill Olb is working on an all 78 show. Actually, I think he's got to talk to him tonight. Has a gospel show that he has, I think he has it done. I know he's been working on it for a while, but now the studio needs to be revamped here because my setup is not good. He's not going to be able to hear the records that well. So I'm going to contact the technicians to see where they are with their proposal, which I am waiting for. And he has other specials that he's working on. I know he's doing an all 78 show, all vinyl, so he's going to be bringing up here to the studio vinyl 78s to play here on the program. And they sound fantastic, the vinyl 78s. So anyway, so that is in the future here. But I'll be back on Saturday evening beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till midnight. Charlene is accumulating the requests. If you do have a request for a vocal group or R&B record, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Those are the 45s we'll be featuring, and this show is only every 2 weeks here. And I may be moving the show up. I'm definitely going to do the guest spots earlier. They will all begin at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Thursday afternoons. But anyway, so thank you all for being here. And again, I can't ask you enough to subscribe to my YouTube channel because it keeps the copyright police away. They're out. See, they just left because Johnny G is babbling on, but I bet they're going to be coming back with this next record. But I saw that this record is on YouTube by other creators that have less subscribers than I do. so it should sound great. And I'm going to say, I want to ask you listeners out there, because I wasn't around to hear a lot of these records on the radio at the time. I know some of you are that are tuned into the program, and I want to know who heard this next record on the radio when it first came out. I know that my aunt did because she bought the 45. I still have her 45 in my collection, but the 78 sounds so much better than the 45. This this singer from Louisiana, was it Faraday, Louisiana he was from? And this is our closer for this afternoon. This record came out in March of 1957 on Sam Phillips' Sun record label. This was his debut single. This song was first done on OK, I think in 1954 by Big May Bell. I have featured her version on the Saturday night program, but this is the cover of it from March of 57, Mr. Jerry Lee Lewis on Sun Records. And how many heard this when it came out for the first time in 1957? Our closer tonight is Jerry Lee Lewis with Whole Lot of Shaking Going On. That is our closer tonight. So thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Come on over, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. Yes, I say come on over, baby, baby, you can't go wrong. We ain't faking, whole lot of shaking going on. Well, I say come on over, baby, we got chicken in the corner. Woo, huh? Come on over, baby, well, they got the bull by the horn. We ain't faking, whole lot of shaking going on. Yeah, let's shake, baby, shake. I said shake, baby, shake. I said shake it, baby, shake it. Let's shake, baby, shake. Come on over, whole lot of shaking going on. Oh, let's go. Shake it, baby. Yeah. You can shake it one time for me. Has to come over, baby. Oh, Lord, shake it going on. Now let's get real low one time now. Shake, baby, shake. All you gotta do, honey, is kind of stand in one spot. Wiggle around just a little bit. And that's when you got it. Yeah. Oh, baby, oh, Lord. Now let's go one time. Take it, baby.